Hello everyone, you're watching a brand new edition of Jefferson College Today, seen on JCTV, Facebook, and online at jeffco.edu. I'm your host, Public Relations and Marketing Director Roger Barentine, and so with that, let's take a look at the latest news and information about Jefferson College in Hillsborough, Arnold, Cedar Hill, Imperial, and online. Well, the Jefferson College Board of Trustees recently held their monthly meeting taking action on a variety of college-related issues. In the wake of a recent external assessment of the college's IT services indicating the need for improvement regarding both delivery and capability, the trustees approved a merger of administrative computing and telecommunications networking management into a single department called Information Technology. Now, with the reorganization, Tracy James, who was formerly Director of Telecommunications and Networking, was promoted to Director of Information Technology, where he will now manage the new department. Additionally, the trustees approved a contract for professional IT consulting services with Strata Information Group for identified projects up to a maximum of 625 hours. In facilities matters, moving closer to the start of new high-demand healthcare programs in physical therapy, occupational therapy, and respiratory therapy in early 2012, the board approved the purchase of classroom furniture for each program from Kruger International using State Training for Tomorrow grant funds. And in a related action, the board also approved the purchase of equipment and instructional supplies for the respiratory therapy program, also using grant funds. In personnel matters, the trustees approved the employment of 2 individuals to fill vacancies in both the nursing program as well as the student services division. Now, due to the resignation of Carla Harrington in nursing, Fran Soto was approved as a temporary Level 2 full-time nursing faculty member for the 2011-2012 academic year. Additionally, due to the vacancy that resulted from student services restructuring following the appointment of Julie Frazier as dean, Sarah Bright was employed as interim director of student financial services through June 30th. As part of her interim appointment, 20% of Bright's work will now be devoted to creating a transition plan to manage Perkins Grant responsibilities that she formerly coordinated as director of Tech Prep. Well, to improve the instructional equipment used in the Fire Science Technology program, the board approved the purchase of a mobile training fire unit using state enhancement grant funds. The training tower features a burn room that includes a simulated roof, basement entry, and movable walls that allows for countless training scenarios. And as part of the annual Area Technical School home construction project in residential carpentry, the board also approved the purchase of a photovoltaic solar panel system to be installed on the house under construction this year at 612 Ray Henry Way in Hillsborough. The system will allow controlled energy costs as well as provide numerous environmental benefits. And in connection with the college's unique indoor-outdoor fine arts theater, the board also approved a contract to replace the outdoor stage door gear drive assembly and motor. Additionally, to prepare for the annual sale of obsolete equipment and furniture and other accumulated property, the board approved the disposal of such items through a public auction that will be held on Friday, October the 7th at 10 a.m. on the parking lot behind the Buildings and Grounds office on the Hillsborough campus. Now, as a reminder, the Board of Trustees meets in public session here on the Hillsborough campus the second Thursday after the first Monday of each month. The following meeting dates are for the remainder of 2011, including October 13th at 6:30 p.m., November 17th at 5:30 p.m., and December 15th at 5:30 p.m. Well, in recognition of his outstanding achievement as a longtime director of the Jefferson College Starlight Chorus, the Board of Trustees recently honored Richard Bell following his retirement from the community singing group after 41 years. Bell retired from the college as a full-time music professor back in 2000, but remained an integral part of the chorus as the annual summer concerts attracted audience members and singers of all ages from young to young at heart. To show appreciation for his leadership, exemplary service, and devotion to the college, he was presented with a framed certificate that lists each of his shows that he led from 1971 all the way through 2011. Now, pictured from left are College President Dr. Raymond Comiskey, Richard Bell, and Board of Trustees President Crystal Hargis. Well, in other news, the Jefferson College Fieldhouse gym floor was ceremoniously designated as Joe Ellen Stringer Court after the 2011 volleyball team unveiled the newly painted surface during the annual alumni scrimmage, where a large gathering of fans, family, friends, alumni, faculty, and staff all honored the Hall of Fame coach. A graduate of Jefferson College, Stringer served as head women's volleyball coach for 33 years, developing one of the strongest and most recognized volleyball programs in the nation. And with over 1,100 career wins, her teams won 27 conference titles and 19 regional championships, while appearing in 21 NJCAA national championships, which is all more than any other team or coach in the entire country, with 13 finishes in the top 8. Well, the Jefferson College Cultural Council will host 2 free upcoming events as an extension of the college's mission to provide diverse cultural and educational enrichment events to benefit both students and the community. On October 8th, the Tammy Tango Trio will play in the Fieldhouse beginning at 6:30 p.m. The group is an internationally acclaimed Argentine music and dance ensemble led by flutist and recording artist Eduardo Tammy of Buenos Aires. In fact, over the last 10 years, the group has been touring the United States during Hispanic Heritage Month. The fun-filled evening will feature an opportunity for people to learn the very basic steps of the Argentine tango and to dance in a social setting. Now, no dance partner is required, as participants will be paired up as needed. And although there is no cost to attend, make sure that reservations are required, as dance space is limited to only 60 people. So, to reserve a spot for the event, be sure to contact Foreign Languages Assistant Professor Nicole Bach at 636-481-3309. October 15th brings improvised visual art with live electro jazz featuring Spontaneous Fantasia and Coplant No in the Fine Arts Theater beginning at 7 p.m. Spontaneous Fantasia is a live performance work by award-winning artist and animator Jay Walt, using the latest in interactive computer graphics techniques to bring paintings to life. The result is a live animated movie that unfolds before the audience, and his work incorporates the elements of animation, theater, dance, painting, sculpture, music, architecture, and interactive art. Jay Walt has been at the forefront of interactive art and computer performance, expanding the uses of computer animation into uncharted territories. In fact, he is an award-winning pioneer of computer-generated puppetry and has received a Technical Academy Award for his development of a real-time pre-visualization system. Additionally, Coplant No is a forward-thinking ensemble that fuses intricate compositions and jazz improvisation with electronica, progressive rock, and hip-hop. They have been featured on Iowa Public Radio, where the recipients, as well, of a grant from the Iowa Arts Council and the National Endowment for the Arts. Now, Coplant No group consists of Brian Lewis Smith on trumpet, keys, and laptop, Drew Morton on basses and synths, Rob Banner on drums, samples, and vibraphone, and our very own Jefferson College music instructor Joel Vanderheiden on saxophone. Now, to learn more about these unique guest artists, be sure to view their respective websites at spontaneousfantasia.com and coplantno.com. Well, in other performing arts news, the Speech and Drama Department will present the fall play production Working by Studs Terkel, directed by Speech and Drama Assistant Professor Dr. Rebecca Ellison. This true-to-life story paints a vivid portrait of the men and women the world so often takes for granted. The school teacher, the parking lot attendant, the waitress, the mill worker, the mason, the truck worker, the fireman, the housewife, just to name a very few. And in the course of one 24-hour workday, the audience meets and hears the stories of average American workers. These workers' hopes, dreams, joys, and concerns are the focus of the musical, and that the everyday lives of common men and women should be so compelling and moving will surprise and inspire anyone who has ever punched a time clock. Now, performances are slated for Thursday, October 27th at 10 a.m., Friday and Saturday, October 28th and 29th at 8 p.m., and Sunday, October 30th at 2 p.m., all in the Fine Arts Theater on the Hillsborough campus. Now, as a reminder, the play does contain adult language, so you want to note that if you do have younger members in your family. Now, tickets to the Thursday matinee are only $2 for everyone, and then on Friday and Saturday and Sunday, ticket prices are $5 for adults and $2 for students and senior citizens. Advance tickets may be purchased by calling area code 636-481-3369 or by emailing ladams2@jeffco.edu with the date of the performance, the type of and amount of tickets that you'd like to reserve. Now, reserve tickets need to be picked up. This is very important because the show probably will be sold out. They need to be picked up at least 15 minutes prior to showtime or they will be sold. And incidentally, tickets will be available at the door depending upon availability. Well, finally, to support the mission of Jefferson College, JCTV is always working to provide viewers with educational and informational programming that is unique and exclusive to Jefferson County. If you have suggestions regarding the types of programs you'd like to see on JCTV, feel free to contact the station by writing to JCTV at 1000 Viking Drive, Hillsborough, Missouri 63050, or by simply emailing jctv@jeffco.edu. That will do it for today's show. For more details about Jefferson College news, events, and activities, be sure to visit us online at jeffco.edu, or better yet, become a fan of Jefferson College news and events on Facebook. I'm Roger Barentine. Thanks for watching, and have a great rest of the day.